Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Schmoedown reaction right here on Dedicated to Art, as usual. I am your host, Kees Cornelis, joined, as usual, by Chris Doman and Nico Rogoli for another InnerGeekDom match. Not as high profile as the one last week. This is two newbies, actually two from the fan leagues, making their debut in the InnerGeekDom League this week. So yeah, that's always interesting to see how they do. Chris, what are your thoughts on today's match?
To be 100% honest, and I mean this with no disrespect to either Kevin Smets or David Moore, I have not seen a single match these guys have competed in. But I'm excited to see what they can do under the white hot spotlight of the real thing.
This is true. Nico, your thoughts?
So I don't actually think David Moore has had any fan league matches, but I do know that Kevin Smets, by the way, thank you to him for making donations to my Thon Drive. I have my own video on my own channel explaining all the things we accomplished, and you can see that anytime you want. But Kevin Smets, from what I understand, his journey was he signed up for the Patreon at, I believe, the $300 tier for an audition. Didn't do so well in the audition, and then he joined Full Metal Trivia, and he started harnessing his knowledge there to the point that Christian was finally impressed with his showings, and now he's here in the big leagues. He gets that second chance to prove, hey, that money I spent was well worth it, because now here I am.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it went, but I do remember that last year when Full Metal Geek was trying to start up, was doing their play-ins, and I was in one of those. I did notice his name, and that he actually won one of those matches. So I was like,
he got very close to competing for the title. It's just he got called up before he could have one of the semifinal matches in that tournament.
Right.
And that resulted in a three-way happening with some of the people who weren't as successful in like the quarterfinal period, and they got a second chance.
This is true. Yeah, so I've known Kevin from that. I don't know that much about David Moore, but hey, I assume the fact that he's here shows that he knows something. So yeah, I'm just interested to see what these guys can do. So I don't think we have that much in terms of predictions. I think we just should see what happens. So we're just gonna press play on this video in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey everyone, I have a huge announcement.
We have a huge announcement for
all of you. It's to celebrate the first ever Schmoedown Throwdown and the community that watches and supports the Schmoedown.
It's going to be something pretty special. We're making an exclusive Schmoedown Throwdown print. We're going to print the name of everyone in the fan base on this debut merch item. What do they got to do?
All you have to do, you got to pledge $2. That's it, and you're going to have your name included in this collector merch item. We're so thankful every single one of you who support the Schmoedown and make this league a reality.
Yeah, we're pretty pumped to have the names of everyone in the community on this print. There's only a few days left to sign up, so head over to our Patreon page right now to sign up and have your name included in the print. It's
You'll have to explain to me how Dutch currency works after we're done here.
It's exclusive Brian Ward. I mean, the guy is the best
I'm richer than you.
ever.
I borrow $2.
$2. I want my $2.
You're not answering.
No.
I mean, we have the euro. The euro is worth more than $1.
Hey, how's it going? Good. Oh, Grace.
Oh no.
You've done
This can only end well.
Yeah, done is not the word I would use for what's happening here right now.
Nor would I. Look, I know we've talked about this briefly, but I do need you to actually sign my manager paperwork. So I just need your initials at the bottom, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
I've always thought she was good in a managerial role.
You've caused a little trouble in the Schmoedown in the past. You kind of stabbed me in the back, but I am trusting that you have turned over a new leaf. Much as I am making every attempt.
I love you, Emma, but even I know that's wishful thinking.
Biases, I believe that you are also not going to cause trouble this time around. So.
Of course not. Of course not. Look, you know it's all just part of the fun of the game. You can't take it personally. Don't worry about it.
It's not really what the issue. Anyway. All right. Well, That's good to go. You are officially sanctioned to be a manager.
Perfect. I will be on my best behavior.
Right. I look forward to seeing who you're managing.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it makes sense with Finstock now a good guy. We need a heel manager. So,
this is true.
Who better than the Lioness?
This can only end well.
Yep.
I love the green brand. It makes me look competent compared to you guys.
I'm Christian Harloff. Mark Ellis, how are you? I am great, Christian. Baby Carrots is on top of the world. Why? Because we got 2 new competitors in the InnerGeekDom division. Christian, we get to see a dream realized and one crushed for all eternity.
The InnerGeekDom division is wide open at the moment. The champion is Mike Kalinowski, defending that championship in a little bit on the 23rd. And we don't have Jason Inman anymore. Rachel Cushing is still causing havoc. We know that. We know we have Adam Lavick out there. Mara Konopik has stepped down. We have an open field, and new competitors are showing up, and we have 2 of those new rookies hitting the stage tonight.
It's like an intense game of Quidditch, Christian. That is from Lord of the Rings, I believe. I might be mistaken on that one,
right.
but David Moore coming into this. So David Moore, he comes from a long line of great host performers, but he's not about House Moore today. He's about the name on the front of the jersey. This is David's first time under the white hot spotlight, and then you look at who he's going up against. Kevin Smets. Step right up and greet the Smets. Kevin looks ready to play.
My pick last year was Ethan Irwin. This year, my pick is Kevin the Smasher Smets. And Kevin Smets was a guy, he auditioned on the Patreon tier. He auditioned, and to be honest with you, at the time, he wasn't ready.
Wasn't ready to go, but you might be. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today.
I like what you did there. But what I said, I suggested to Kevin, I said, listen, why don't you go, there are so many great fan leagues out there. There's Full Metal Trivia. There's all these different trivia leagues out there. Look at what happened with Chance Ellison. Look at Paul Oyama. You can build up and get here by doing that, and he did just that, and he dominated in the InnerGeekDom division in the fan leagues, and now he got himself back a shot at the pros.
That's right. Talking about Moore and Smets beforehand, they were both in a lather, sweaty, ready to go, and I mean that literally. These guys are sweating. They're foaming at the mouth. Let's take a look at their pre-interviews.
Oh, my.
It's your boy David coming through for the first time in the InnerGeekDom Schmoedown.
All right, let's just get one thing out of the way, shall we? We didn't come here to win championship belts, okay? What we came here to do is go through this league, starting at the bottom and cleaning house to get all the way to the top. And you can bet right now.
Now, Schmoedown fans, you cool people out there, I know you don't know who I am.
I did not.
I am a nerd since the day I was born. I hope that you all accept me, and even if you don't, it's all good, it's all love. I'm still gonna win it.
This kid is a trained killer, right? While the rest of this league is spending their weekends sitting on a bar stool, guzzling beer in some 2-bit dive bar. You wanna know what Kevin Smets is doing? He's sitting in the trivia dungeon training, watching movies like 2003's Daredevil, the one with Ben Affleck. You know why? Because he likes pain.
Kevin Smets. He seems like he might know a thing or two. He's come through the fan leagues, he's got his training, he's got his background. But again, bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Let me take you back 10 months. I get an audition, right? On Patreon. Christian, he says, you know what? You're not ready for the cut. Every second since April, for 10 months, I have been thinking about coming back here to show you that you made a mistake. When I'm done, when all of the bodies are down and I'm standing in the ashes, then Harloff, you'll remember my name and I'll take that title and you'll remember Kevin Smets, the one you sent away who came back and took everything. David Moore, you know what you're gonna need today? More help.
It's David Moore. I'm here to win it. Let's go.
Get ready, Geekdom. Here we come.
He's driven.
Either way, we just got 2 great new personalities. Like, they feel so confident and ready when they have a microphone in their hand, and that's brilliant.
So it looks
this is going to be Rocky
I don't
Balboa
know who
versus
this
Hulk Hogan
Kaiser is that
No
he's got
idea.
with him. He's got this manager Kaiser who seems to be talking a lot of smack, and the attitude of the Kevin
confused
Smets
as to
that
where
I
you're
saw
going with
was
it.
not the same guy I saw in that interview. This seems to be a different,
I'm saying that, you know,
a very different Kevin
Kevin is
Smets who
Rocky.
seems to have a little bit of an edge in his attitude. I don't know if that's going to work. I've seen it work for some people.
I
I've
thought
seen
you
it
were going
fail
with,
miserably.
we win either
David Moore,
way.
on the other hand, nice, respectable kid. I like it. I like the fact that he's here. He wants to play, and he wants to do good things. For me, that's the way I would enter a new place. I'd have respect for people when they're
shake some hands, look you in the eye. This Smets guy, he may be more machine now than man, twisted and evil.
Nice, I like what you did there. But right now, we don't know the strengths. We don't know the weaknesses.
We don't know anything about these humans.
All we know is that we have 2 competitors trying to make a name for themselves.
I do know that Kevin Smets has a love for KOTOR, and that is a
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, making his Schmoedown InnerGeekDom debut. Give it up for David Moore!
I like it.
He's one of these competitors. I get the sense he's feeding off the energy of the crowd.
He's got a good shirt.
Look at him. I like the personality on Moore.
Wow, there you go.
Oh, and Moore's getting the crowd. They're yelling for him. I like it.
Doing a little pop and lock.
A lot of personality from the kid. I like it.
I like this, Christian. A lot like me with alcohol on a wedding dance floor.
I like it. So that's a way to win over the crowd in your first entrance, I got to tell you. And his opponent, making his Schmoedown InnerGeekDom debut.
This is Winter Soldier music.
I like it.
He is Kevin the Smasher Smets. That's Kaiser.
Okay, so that's Kaiser. And then here comes Smets.
And look at Kaiser.
Angry look on his face.
Yeah, Kaiser rock Beastie Boys.
Kaiser looks like your friend Winkleman.
Yeah, he does. Kaiser eyeing me for some reason.
Kind of looks a little bit like.
He's getting love from the. It's almost like he's angered that he's getting the applause.
Well, you should have been here for the pizza.
Okay.
You should have been here for pizza.
Trash talk going on between Christian
and Sean.
Not shaking his hand.
More extended his hand.
More trying to be a nice guy.
The Smasher did not take it.
He did not. So Moore was trying to. He extended a handshake and a smile.
It hurts a little bit. It's Black History Month and everything. I'm just saying.
Pull that card.
Moore throwing it. Look, Moore already with the personality. I like this kid. And Smets is just mean mugging and ready to rock. Mark, how does round number 1 go?
Round number 1 works like this. This is the InnerGeekDom division. 10
Round
questions
number
will be
1 of
asked to the
InnerGeekDom.
field. As soon as you hear a question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard with the magic marker we have so kindly provided for you. As soon as you hear the question, you got about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There's no stealing in round number 1. Each competitor, throughout the duration of the match, 3 rounds, you have 3 usages of the JTE rule. If you're not sure you heard a question right, or you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the duration of the match.
All right, so with that,
and you prepped the
Smets, are you
battle
ready?
Disney, didn't you?
Ready.
Moore, are you ready?
Let's
Sorry.
do this.
Then let's
Getting
get
to the
ready.
match at hand.
Good crowd here for this rookie
Good crowd. Smets versus Moore, battle of the rookie IG competitors. Here we go, gentlemen, in the category of the MCU.
Marvel Cinematic Universe, guys.
MCU, if you can abbreviate. Here we go. In 2012's Avengers, Tony Stark says that Agent Coulson's first name is Agent. What is his real first name?
Oh, this
I
is
have
a
a real
gimmick.
thought. Potentially. Is the movie called Avengers or The Avengers?
5.
His first name is Agent.
3, 2, I avoided it. 1.
No, it's
Smets.
not.
Phil.
Yes, it is. Dave.
It's the name of my father, Phil.
Yes, it is. 1-1.
Phil, come
Great
in.
Nick Arcade. I almost made it there.
1-1.
They get it, though.
I was good at Sega Genesis games, not so much Super Nintendo. Your next category comes from the world of Middle Earth. This is Middle Earth. And the question is, which actress plays Arwen in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Childhood crush right here, ladies and gentlemen. No
You
shame.
watch that Nick Arcade? God.
And
Great show.
No, I don't know what you're talking
Very
about.
controversial opinion, I
Four.
think
Is
she's
that a
not
reference?
You ever see
the
the movie
best
The Wizard?
cast in this
Fred
trilogy,
Savage.
unfortunately.
1 points down.
I'd say it was
Points
Rachel
down. Pen
Cushing.
down.
Liv
Liv
Tyler.
Tyler.
Dave Moore.
I am
Rachel
blanking.
Cushing.
I know it's. Oh, I know
Not
it now.
Cushing.
Kevin Smets.
Liv Tyler.
Liv
It
Tyler's
was
correct.
Liv Tyler. Don't want to miss a thing. You missed that question.
Don't forget about your JTE rules, ladies and gentlemen.
Rachel still at
Or you can always ask for more time.
I
Third
will
one.
watch these movies soon, I
Wars.
promise.
Umo deal.
In Star Wars: A New Hope, Obi-Wan said that Jedi were guardians of the galaxy for how many generations?
Technically, Guardians of Peace and Justice, but
I believe the quote is
and
over.
technically, it's over X amount of generations.
For over.
Well, I didn't write. I didn't miss anything. 5,
Just
4.
You're a Star Wars fan. I want to be right by you.
2,
Crap.
1. Smets.
For over
Over 1,000 generations.
Correct. Dave.
The Jedi were guardians of peace.
I thought it was 1,000 years, so it's like, is that how many generations?
Good start here for the Rooks.
All right. This is in the world of the DCEU. That stands for the DC, whatever the hell they're calling it now. Your question is, in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, when Diana receives Lex's metahuman files from Bruce, whose archived video footage does she watch
I had this
first?
question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, she sees a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Who does she see
First. It's really a crapshoot, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it limits the pool a little
5,
bit.
4, 3.
I might be wrong on
Dave.
this one.
Flash.
Flash?
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Kevin
the
Flash.
got it. Okay.
It was the Flash.
Smets has not missed. And
I hate this movie
so.
so.
So it's 4-3. Next
It
question.
is a
Played the logo
garbage
of the
movie,
Los
but
Angeles Chargers in his
I've
hands.
seen it.
Not the San Diego.
Should have just gone with my gut instead of 1,000. That would be at
DC
3
movies,
points.
Just the DC, not the EU.
It's all
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
We don't know sports, we're
You're
nerds.
still Tyler
In the
me.
Lego
Or no,
Batman movie,
I don't know.
where do Batman and Robin steal the Phantom Zone projector from?
Lego Batman. Your favorite Lego movie? Do you still go with the first Lego movie? We both like the second
Lego
one.
Batman. 5,
You can watch that review on this channel
4, 3,
right now.
I know this isn't right.
1. Pens
Superman.
down,
Superman's
please,
Fortress.
and-
Fortress of Solitude?
Solitude.
Yes, it is.
The Fortress of Solitude.
5-4. All right. I like
Good
it.
match.
Boom.
They probably still give it
Not
to you, Case.
intimidating in the least to either
Yeah.
competitor. Your next category comes
if
from
they
the
won
world
that
of
challenge.
heroes and villains. Looks like we have both represented up there. Your question is, what actor played Dr. Manhattan
Oh, come on.
in
I
Watchmen?
think this question has been asked like 10 times in either Schmoedown and Fan Leagues.
5,
Why
Does everyone
I
forget
should
this
really
movie
give up
exists?
shit about the X-Men.
2,
I
1,
mean,
Dave.
Watchmen.
Billy Crudup.
Billy
That
Crudup.
was Jim Caviezel?
Incorrect.
Did not have it.
Crudup.
That's correct.
It was Billy
Chim.
That's right. I'll
Is that even a
that
person?
right now. The Smasher
Yeah, he
has
plays
a
Jesus
perfect
in,
round one
Passion
so
of the
far.
Christ.
Should he get a perfect round at the end of the 10 questions, he will be asked a bonus one just to him.
All right, here we go. Next one is from Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Who gives Harry the Marauders map in The Prisoner of Azkaban? Smets writing down furiously again.
Can you still think of the
it's-
movies
These
individually? They all
people.
run together.
Thing.
Yes, only because I've watched them so recently.
Oh, you did a rewatch with the
Kids.
family?
3.
Forgot you had that.
Thank you. 2. It's a nice guy. 1. Pens down,
George?
please.
William
Kevin Smets.
Reed.
That Hagrid?
Fred, the Weasley twins.
That's correct.
Yeah,
And
Weasley
Ah,
twins.
I was
Skip
attempting
it.
Weasley, but I didn't
Didn't
even
have it.
get
So
it out
Smets
there.
starting to go a little bit
Both
ahead
of
here.
them.
7-4.
See, okay, I was
7-4.
thinking they were going to look for like which one specifically.
All
No, I think
Your
that's
next
too much of
question
a
in the
dick
world
question
of
to even
Star
ask.
Trek. Star
Touche.
Trek. And your question is, Sir Patrick Stewart has played Jean-Luc Picard
Oh, come
in
on.
I
how
already-
many Star
I
Trek
already know it.
feature films?
As soon as that's for Patrick Stewart, I'm like,
Apparently he's
how many
he's
films
coming
has he been
back
in?
in some show?
They're going to have
Yeah.
20 seconds to answer this one.
Yeah. Okay. Got more
there's
time
some
for
real
us to opine
fear
about
to
the
this
CBS
question
All
if you know your
Access
German
app,
counting.
5,
where you can get Star Trek.
Or Dutch
3,
counting, by the way.
Ah,
2,
touche, yes.
1.
Yes,
Dave.
yes, yes.
5?
Correct.
Yeah.
Kevin.
4.
4.
It is Kevin.
Damn it.
For an extension.
All right,
Kevin
8 to
Smets is on
5.
fire. 8-5. Here's the next question here for
Generation First Contact,
Marvel
Insurrection,
films.
Nemesis.
Marvel. Who voices Spider-Man Noir
Ah!
into the Spider-Verse?
Ah!
Competitors writing down
This
the
is
answer with
perfect
glee.
casting. It really
Your
is.
favorite lines in the
Yes, it
movie?
is.
Studio audience here enjoying that question.
And the best
5,
part is Lord Miller still didn't let him
2,
go.
1. Kevin.
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage.
Nicolas
It is
Cage.
9-6. Moore's keeping pace, but Smets
We don't
has
choose the
not
dance floor, we just
missed.
It's the thing is that David Moore's having a very
Come
good round
on.
number 1, and Smets kind of overshadowing him, and he can get a perfect round if he gets this next question right. To the field, this is from
Holy shit,
Mixed
Smets might actually
Bag.
get this.
So it could be anything. Let's get drunk and find out. The question is, what 2000s film is set in the fictional Basin City and has characters by the name of Jackie Boy, Hardigan, Kevin,
Yeah,
and
I love
Marv?
this movie. And that's a perfect round for me as well.
Movies with Kevin in them.
Yeah. Well,
Kevin Smets is looking to get a perfect round here. 5, 4.
It's like we practiced.
3, 2, 1. Start with Dave.
The loser?
Oh, shit.
That's
No.
Perfect round right out.
I would have asked for repeating time.
Now I remember.
with
His
this.
first debut, and he hits a perfect
Because I hardly ever
round.
get
Can he
this.
the bonus? We're gonna find out, Kevin. You don't have to write
Oh,
this down.
right.
This is just
Bonus
for
question.
you. Here we go.
I get to answer.
Who played villain Aldrich Killian in
Guy Pearce.
2013's Iron Man 3?
Guy Pearce.
Terribly.
Point. Look at Kevin Smets. 4-point lead for Kevin
Perfect round plus bonus question. I never get this, so I'm very happy.
playing great. Kevin Smets is just playing phenomenally right now. So here we go.
This is
And yes, well done,
debut
Smets.
performance really by both gentlemen. But
Absolutely.
like you said, Kevin's getting the headline because a perfect round number 1.
When you get 7 points normally in your debut, it's like, wow, incredible.
Yeah, 7 is
You are
also
front
pretty
page
good.
news.
Yeah.
But now we get to round
especially
number
in
2,
InnerGeekDom.
and how does that work?
Luckily, I'm here to tell
Thank
both
you.
competitors and you
David's
and everybody
nothing
at
to
home,
sneeze at.
Christian. Round number 2 is the wheel round.
Hell,
the
I think
wheel
he did
of
better
fate,
than me.
justice, and perhaps one competitor's
Yes, he did,
doom.
because you got
Get a
6.
spin at that wheel. If you take a look at it, you got 10
Sorry,
categories
Chris.
plus spinners and opponent's choice. Each
It's-
category
like
comes
I
from a
said,
different corner of the movie trivia
this is
Schmoedown
not
InnerGeekDom
my
galaxy.
field.
Each category
why did you get a
contains
perfect round
5
last week?
questions in that genre. Now, each question is worth 2 points. If you're not
I
sure the
just
answer, you can
knew
ask
the
us for multiple
answers,
choice.
okay?
We'll give you 4
Sometimes
options, one of which
when
is
you
the
ask me
correct
movies
answer.
about
At
movies
that
I
point,
don't
the value of the
like
question goes from
a
2
lot,
down to 1.
then I'm not
I'll
gonna
remind both
know it.
competitors,
Fucking
stealing is
Batman,
available
Superman.
in round number 2. So if one of y'all miss it, the other competitor can steal that answer potentially, Christian. And friendly reminder, that wheel is a sponsored wheel. The entire wheel is sponsored by our old buddy, a loyal Schmoedown Patreon subscriber. Give it up for Reefton, everybody.
Hey,
Reef
thank you,
is
Reefton.
sponsoring the wheel.
I did not expect that name to pop up.
No, I was thinking like a Jonathan Peck or Jake Hammer or Michael Campbell, but
Thank you,
Let's
Reef.
say, yeah, it's been a second since
David
we've
had a
seen the
great
Hammer.
first round, but Kevin had an even better one, a
True.
perfect one, as a matter of fact. Kevin, it is your
It's been a
option. Would you like
while.
to spin first or defer to your opponent?
I'll defer.
All right, so Dave's going to go.
All right.
Why do you
Dave's
say it
gonna
like
first.
that,
Dave,
Jace?
please spin from the wheel, not the pen.
Let's say what?
You said it like Stewie Griffin.
That was a joke. That was a
Elderly
joke.
wheel.
That's a joke.
There you go.
Perfect spin.
Kind of a weak spin, but hopefully it pays
I like
off.
this kid, Dave Moore.
A bold strategy, Todd, and let's see if it pays off.
Give it a spin there as the wheel.
Oh, where's it going to go?
It's not going to be spinner's choice.
Oh,
It's going to be
crap.
Star Wars.
MCU.
Oh.
MCU?
MCU.
MCU.
Yeah,
Stick
okay.
with the MCU?
Yes.
Stick with the MCU.
It's going to stick with the MCU.
I'm rewatching it.
David, your first of 5 questions. It's good to see you as always. Your first of 5 questions
Cozy appearance.
in the world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What is the name of Scott Lang's estranged former wife
Maggie.
in the Ant-Man films?
Played by Judy Greer. Hey, John Walker.
4.
Multiple choice.
I can do that for you. Is it A, Maggie, B, Laurie, C, Julie?
At least
D,
include
Denise.
Cassie, which is the daughter, as an option.
Julie?
That is incorrect for the steal, Kevin.
Maggie.
It is Maggie. Kevin Smets.
Yeah, if I was in his position, I probably would have said Julie also.
Yeah, you can't let the. Apparently, you can't miss.
I would have
anything
gotten
against
Maggie off
Smets,
multiple choice, but
apparently.
I
So
don't
far,
know
that
if I
has
would have
been the
gotten
case.
it in
Your
time.
second question, back to you, David. In the film Doctor Strange, Mordo's relic are the vaulting boots of what?
Wow.
What?
I'm out.
I love this
Wow.
movie. but
Multiple
What?
choice.
Is it A, Agamotto, B, Sidorak,
I think it's Agamotto.
C,
No,
Avalon,
wait.
or
No.
D, Valtor?
I would say Valtor.
It is, in fact, Valtor.
Oh,
One
well
point.
done, Negan.
Got that one.
Vaulting
Fighting
boots
through,
of
you're fighting
Valtor, you
through.
got to go
Need a
with
sip
what
of water
sounds
to
like
get
it goes
composure.
together.
All right.
Touche.
Your next
I remember
question.
the Eye of
What
Agamotto,
is the
but
name
that
of
holds
the
the
world
Infinity Stones.
internet hub that Tony travels to in Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Shit. It's in Oslo. God damn it.
5. 4.
Multiple choice.
The one in
Is
Oslo.
it A, Net Central, B,
The
Cortex,
Nexus.
C, Fulcrum, or D, Nexus?
That was a faction in wrestling.
Fulcrum
Nexus
is the
5.
name of
4.
Secret Agents and
Fulcrum?
Devils.
That is incorrect for another steal.
Nexus.
It is, in fact,
Yeah, the Nexus hub in
Smets
Oslo.
is unstoppable. Wow.
Really good.
Well done, Smets.
The more I like it, the
Right,
better pull
Kevin,
some
back
points
to,
together,
excuse
man.
me. David, back to
Yeah.
you. You get 2 more questions. Your penultimate one in the world of the MCU. At the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Ego and Meredith pull into the parking lot of what fast
Dairy
food
Queen.
restaurant?
Dairy Queen. Come on.
Yeah, it's Dairy Queen. And it actually says Dairy Queen as opposed to saying DQ.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, McDonald's, B, Burger King, C, Wendy's, or D, Dairy
A lot of
Queen?
D's as the
Dairy Queen.
Give him a point for Dairy Queen.
Yeah. The last 3, I believe.
All right.
One more.
All right, and your last question, David. In the world of the MCU,
how about a KO?
You can have that deficit if you get this one right off the bat. And that question is, in the film Black Panther, who played W'Kabi, confidant and best friend to T'Challa?
Daniel Kaluuya.
The name of
David Oyelowo?
Multiple choice. When I hear it, I'll probably know.
Is it A, Daniel Kaluuya?
Yep.
Yes.
B, Brian Tyree
Oh, I
Henry?
thought it was David
C, Sterling
Oyelowo.
K. Brown? Or D, Forrest
He's
Whitaker?
not in that movie.
Give him a point. And
Oddly enough, he's not.
Yeah.
He should have been.
He should have, because Agent Callus in an MCU
Agent
movie.
Callus.
Yes, please.
We haven't seen weakness yet, so Kevin, step on up there and give it a light spin, because it is a very frail old wheel that is about to go to Boca Vista to visit Sam Levine.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though, with these new rookies. You don't know what they know and what they don't.
Decent spin.
They're learning their strengths.
Right. I mean, he got a perfect round. You don't know if there's something.
He's being
I
real
would be
gentle with the
shocked at this
wheel.
point if he spun
I
away from
respect
something.
how much they respect the
You don't
wheel.
know
but,
what's
you
going
know,
to
Could be movie release.
Release dates.
Movie release
Like
dates.
Oh, it's actually.
Wow.
All right, movie
This is gonna
release
be
dates
fun.
it is. All right, here you go. Kevin, you're going to get 5 questions in the realm of movie release dates. Here you go. Star Trek Into Darkness was
2013.
released in what year?
2013.
That's correct.
Oh, shit.
He's playing a perfect game.
Computer-animated Ninja Turtles film called TMNT was released in what year?
2007.
2007.
Wow. That's correct. This guy
Good
is a computer
God
animated
almighty.
version of a competitor. The Rocketeer was released in what
1993.
year?
91.
Oh my goodness, yes, that's correct.
Oh.
And
2 more questions here.
Samuel L. Jackson first appeared on the big screen as Nick Fury
2008.
in which year?
Yep, 2008.
2008.
Iron Man.
That's correct. So
If
it's
he
now
gets-
21
If he, yeah, he just needs to hit this.
Kevin, how many films based on Marvel properties were released in 2003? 20 seconds
Hulk.
to answer.
X2,
Christian, this guy
and
will
Daredevil.
match if he gets it right.
3.
5.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, D,
Well, that
5?
didn't help, but it did narrow the point gap.
Yeah, that's points.
5, 4.
JTE roll, please.
How many films based on Marvel
Smart.
properties were released in 2003?
Very smart.
He has to.
You guys see the choices
Yeah,
too.
I'm
That's
sorry,
part of the
choices
new
one more
repeat.
time.
A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, D, 5.
2.
That is
Oh, it's three.
incorrect. So, David, for the steal to
Ooh.
stay alive and to get into round 3.
3.
Fuck! He
correct.
got it!
He's alive. Wow.
Almost a perfect game, but
Almost, yeah.
this is still impressive as hell.
It really is.
And we saw with Meyer on Friday. Anything can happen. Moore can probably make a comeback
He's a
here.
man, but he's got
Well, yeah.
10-point
Like,
lead
I
going
thought
around 3.
Meyer
This
was
is
gonna
a
get
deficit
TKO'd,
that Moore's
and then
gotta
he
climb
didn't.
out of. He needs to get all 3 of his
Yes,
round
Lisa
3
Kudrow
questions right
happened.
in order to stay in the game.
Yeah, and Christian, this is one of those scenarios where, regardless if David Moore is able to somehow pull off a miracle here, I think both David and Kevin.
Yeah, the
you
one
learned
time that
something from a
remembering the
match
cast of
like this.
Friends
You
was
learned
helpful.
When you were in a big hole, you learned how to protect the
true.
lead. Both competitors gaining knowledge right before our very eyes.
It was
And you
not as
see
great as everyone
manager
remembers
Kaiser
it to
coming in
be.
there, giving him a couple
No,
words and
it's
walking
not.
out.
I do like Kaiser's
It's
gas
just
station
fine.
sunglasses.
I like
Kind
him
of.
too.
Everyone's
All
kind
right,
of
so
terrible.
now we're going to get to round number 3, Mark. How's it go?
In round number 3, each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. Those numbers may range from 1 to 16. Each number corresponds to a different category of the movie Trivia Schmoedown InnerGeekDom Galaxy. Your first question here is going to be worth 2 points. The next one's 3 points. The last one is worth 5 points. We're going to get Kevin's numbers first because you enjoy a 10-point advantage, and then we'll get David's numbers. And I'll keep in mind, David, you're going to have to hit all 3 to force Kevin's hand. Kevin, what numbers do you want?
6, 8, 7.
6, 8, and
8,
7
7.
for the Smasher and for Dave Moore.
I don't know. That's THX 1138.
11. You can't have 8, but 11-3.
Oh. Well, I can't THX it. 1139.
11-3 and 9 it is. All right. So Dave has to get all 3 of these in order to stay in the game, or Kevin will win via TKO.
Transfer from
All
sub
right, David, you
1138.
selected 11
I was notified.
for your first
clear it.
category, or as you would say, 1-1. And that corresponds to a familiar category for you. That's the world of the MCU.
Yeah.
Okay.
The MCU,
Okay.
and Your question for 2 points to stay alive. Who plays the villainous Sonny Birch in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Walton Goggins.
Oh, yeah, right.
Or is it Lawrence Fishburne?
No, it's Walton Goggins.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who plays the villainous Sonny Birch in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
But the problem is he has the most hard name to remember.
I just remembered. I haven't finished
5,
Vice Principals Season 2. I need to do that.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Second one. Who plays the villainous Sonny Birch in Ant-Man
Gave it a good
and
effort,
the
man.
Wasp?
See his face. His face haunts me.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. Who plays the villainous Sonny Birch in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
He's not in the movie long enough for you to really remember he's there.
No.
That's the problem.
To be fair,
That's it.
the movie is just pretty forgettable. Well done, Kevin.
The answer is Walton Goggins.
I watched Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins was the answer. Kaiser coming out.
Yeah, the problem is everyone wants to call him Walter.
Kaiser reminding them that they
Yeah.
have a lot to do in the InnerGeekDom League, and David Moore could not get that question early. He was going to have to pull off a miracle in round number 3, but what got them to this situation was the fact that Kevin throws a perfect round 1, gets a couple steals, has a very good near-perfect round number 2, and he looks like a pretty unbeatable force.
Kevin Smets just put the InnerGeekDom League on notice because
Yes.
Kevin Smets only
Yep.
missed one multiple choice question, won by TKO in his first match. David Moore played very well. You can tell he struggles with actors' names. I think that if he starts learning actors' names, he's going to come back a stronger player.
I'm with you on
was
that,
his
David
downfall. He
Moore.
missed a lot
I'm
of
with you on
questions.
that.
Walton Goggins, a tough
Yeah,
name.
He
cast and
missed a lot
crew
of
is
questions
always
about actors,
tough.
and I think that's something he can
If
improve on. He's a
you,
young
even
kid.
if you
You can
watch
see
the
him,
movies.
You've seen what studying
He's got
has
the
done for
fire in his
players.
eyes.
You can see what
Because
studying has
only
done for
recently
players like
did they
Ben
bother
Bateman, Ken
giving a visual
Kalinowski,
representation
Ken
of
Kalinowski,
who
Mike
said actor
Kalinowski,
is.
Mike's brother.
And now Dave
Yeah.
Moore, I think, can be one of those players as well. But the story is Kevin Smets. Kevin, the Smasher Smets, is going to be a force here that I think that Mike Kalinowski should look out for, Rachel should look out for, because this kid is here to play.
That's right. You don't know if it was a great debut, if he's going to be able to carry that on, because we've seen competitors open up with an incredible first match. And
I think so, too.
They do okay. Sometimes they do well. The future will tell us that story. Right now, to tell the story of the match is our own Jen Sturger.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Kevin, the Smasher Smets. Kevin, where did you
like a
come from?
caged
That was
animal.
amazing.
Look, I didn't come here to talk to you. I came here to answer questions. So if you don't have any questions for me, I'm just going to take off.
I have a lot of questions. This is actually an interview.
How about I do the talking, Jen? Is that okay? Can I do that? That's what he brought me here to do. He answers questions correctly. I talk for Kevin Smets, okay? First thing I'd like to say, David Moore, you're a good kid. You got in our way. You had to go, okay? So all I want to know, Jen, is who's next?
Who's next? Well, I mean, maybe we start out small, you know, like, we got plenty of great competitors. Jared Habon.
They're going the Goldberg route with him.
Marshy,
How about Navarro? Why don't we bring Navarro out? Why don't we get somebody out
Ooh.
there who can give this kid a challenge?
Christian, he's hilarious. You realize
Navarro's
he's a world
record is
champion,
not that
right?
great
Let me tell
anymore.
you something. Christian Harloff should thank me.
Sadly,
So
no.
Kevin Smets
that
for
could
coming
be
on
a
the show.
good
We got
matchup,
50
actually.
50,000 new subscribers the minute we walked out here. But yes, we know
sure you
who he
leave
is.
comments.
We know who he is.
Okay. I mean, we haven't heard from Hector in a while, so I think we're gonna have to.
We'll call his lawyer. He probably knows where he is.
Okay. So congratulations.
That's a
on
creepy
perfect
thing to
first
say.
round.
Right.
He's a gem, Christian. Where'd you find him? Thanks, guys. I'm back with David. David, 7 points in
he's
any
short.
other first round would actually be a pretty good day, but unfortunately, you got
Nothing
hit
wrong
by a
with that,
bus out there.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. It wasn't. I mean, it was fun, but that wasn't fun. It was just. It was a whole lot of stuff that happened. I lost my train of thought because that was another train coming at me from another direction. And it was.
Oh.
Here.
Just here. Hi.
I just wanted to introduce myself, Jay Washington. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, fellow chocolate man. Yes.
That was unnecessary.
We are, and I embrace it.
you embracing my hand too much with this chocolateness. I wanted to say you played a great game. Why you still holding my goddamn hand?
Because I love
it. That is too much for this
I'm
show.
shaking your hand too long.
You played a great game. Welcome to the league.
Appreciate you.
Keep doing what you're doing, and watch some movies, not just look at the intro cards. Thank you, but congratulations, kid. Seriously, congratulations. Great first show. Real talk. See you.
Yeah.
That was
I'm down.
super kind.
All of that.
I like it.
But for
I like
real
it.
though, David, people fell in love with you out there. You just came
Was
out
that
with this
to give
this
him a
charisma,
manager or
this,
to give
like,
him a next
fun
opponent?
attitude. It was
That's
like
my
if,
question.
If Biggie Langston and Carlson had a baby, you know, everybody fell in love with you out there.
To be fair,
It's a
David
compliment,
versus
I
Jay
promise.
in InnerGeekDom could be a good match.
That would also be a really good match.
Well,
You know,
I hope that your loss today didn't deter you from coming back because we really enjoyed watching you play.
I appreciate that. It didn't. Like I look at this experience, and I relate it to another man who lost to a beast, T'Challa, to Killmonger. But guess what?
Fair enough.
He spoke to his ancestors, and he knew just what to do. And he came back and was victorious because good shall always triumph over evil.
But he did die, you know that, right?
Killmonger did.
No.
I'm
Oh, good. You at least saw that
It's
movie.
a joke, man.
Thanks so much again for playing today, David. We hope to see you again soon.
I appreciate you.
Back to you guys.
Well, look at that. You talk about Kevin Smets and Kaiser. They just called out the former champion.
Don't think about it too much.
Now, whether or not Hector Navarro is going to take the challenge, we haven't heard from Hector in a little bit. Can Hector, will he take on the challenge of Kevin Smets? We will see. And is Kevin calling up a little bit too soon to play someone like a Hector Navarro?
No.
Time will tell. We don't know if that match will happen. That's something that Emma has to also say. I don't know if I'm going to give you Hector yet, but the fact that he's calling someone out like that is incredible. And Dave Moore says, yes, get me back in there. I want to play.
Yeah, Kevin showing a lot of moxie, calling out some of the most hallowed competitors in the history of the InnerGeekDom division. And you're right, David Moore. Look, you got to smile after a match like that. You made it through. You got through your first match. Now you have something to build off of. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. I look forward to seeing a lot more of him in the InnerGeekDom division.
Look, Kevin Smets, after the awards show this year, I got an email from him that said, come this year, I will be Rookie of the Year. I will be InnerGeekDom champion. I will be one of the best players of all time. I like the moxie there. It's a lot.
Nice to be modest.
It's a lot to say. It's a lot to say. Can he do it? We're going to find out. But now, you guys, thank you. There's so much going on. There's so much going on in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. The first place I'm going to send you is to the Schmoedownlive.com. The free-for-all. 35 competitors, and they're all competing live in downtown LA. You guys can be there to watch it all go down. Just buy tickets. Come check it out. Imagine the screaming, the yelling. Who's going to be the last person standing?
I'll wait till the summer for another live event. I've got too much on my plate right now.
Who's the Boss plays in a #1.
Yeah.
Alex Damon defends the Star Wars Championship.
I cannot even think about it at a live event,
Chicago, Los
unfortunately.
Angeles, a lot of great dates, a lot of great live offerings that we have for you. Check out the Schmoedownlive.com or go to TriviaSD.com and check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. That is Christian George Harloff. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellison. We'll see you around soon on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Stacy.
Ooh, Stacy.
Wait a minute.
You, Ethan, Stacy, this is gonna be a great thing. Stacy, listen, I am so glad to see you. I missed you so much. New York was amazing.
We missed you.
Listen, we were talking on the plane. and we got something great for you. Because we already got Ethan and Janine together.
Yeah,
I got
Jay's
something
working on
else.
finding you right there.
Oh.
Oh,
he
no.
quoted Mike.
Oh, no.
She's not.
You know what, Jay? I know your game. Okay? No, I know everything that you're playing. All right? What's going on?
I'm not playing a game, Stacy.
So you know what? Congratulations to your success in New York, to the both of you. Where was I in that picture? I had to hear about it from everybody but you. I didn't get a phone call.
I did call you.
I didn't get it.
I called you.
I heard nothing from you. Okay? You know what? I'm the most underrated player in this game. Okay?
I know.
I've been putting my work in for years. And what have you given me? What belts do I have?
Well,
what matches have I won? What partner? What great partner have I had?
I got one coming. I got that.
We're working
That's
on
what
it.
I'm trying to tell you.
No. You know what? I don't need you guys anymore. I have a new family. I found a place.
Oh, boy.
God damn it.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's a reason that she used the words, let me stop you right there.
Oh.
I knew it. Chris, where is your famous chance?
Okay. You know what, Case? Since you asked for it, chance!
Wow.
Wow.
Mike.
That's a development.
Mike, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I swear to God, man, if I was there right now, I swear, any division. Name the time, the place.
Well, okay, sure. That happened. Anyway, great match by Kevin Smets.
Yes.
Let's go back to what happened there. I want to talk to that guy. I want to talk to Kevin Smets about his victory. And you know what? I'm going to do that this Friday on the Who Cares Anyway podcast because he is actually coming on the show. He confirmed it. Look out for that this Friday because I want to just talk to him in person about this match and maybe about some Knights of the Old Republic and maybe some other stuff. We'll see. Check it out on Friday. With that plug said, Chris, your thoughts on the match?
I was kind of hoping I could do the plug because it's my show, but you know what? Yeah, no, I'm also very much looking forward to having him on the show to dive into the journey that he went to get on the Schmoedown and how much it clearly helped. Like,
pay off.
Christian telling him no was the best thing that could have happened to him. Because, I'm sorry, you pulled an almost perfect game. Whoa. Effing whoa. So, and look, and David, I like the hell out of you because you're just a big ball of energy, and I like those kind of competitors. I like the competitors that are, it doesn't matter if they're heel or a face, but as long as they come in, they have just a bunch of energy and they're just excited to be there in the building. I'm gonna like it no matter what. So I don't know who this Kaiser guy is, but he's gonna be someone interesting to watch out for because I think that might be our next. Maybe that'll be like. Our next Finstock, the guy who comes in, talks a lot of trash, because now Finstock is working with Who's the Boss, and they're shifting the tone.
Finstock is a changed man,
which is weird.
When a goldfish here.
Nico, I freaking love you. But yeah, no. So both of them, I'm very happy to see them both back, and I'll be happy to see both of them come back. And yeah, seriously, Navarro, Smets, let's make it happen because that's gonna be a wonderful match.
Yes, and I do think that Smets will still win. Anyway, Nico, your thoughts.
There is a reason why Kevin Smets was in the same conversations over in Full Metal Geek as Robert Parker, as Dominic Rizzi, as Eli McKeag, as Caleb Coho, as much as it pains me to give him props sometimes, but Caleb does put in the work. That's a different story for a different day. But Kevin Smets, he was in the conversation to get that title. And it's just a matter of he got the call-up when he got the call-up, and because of the call-up, he couldn't compete in any more matches down here because if he lost, he'd be in violation of certain things that Christian put in place. But now that we've seen him in the pro leagues, we've seen what he's capable of. My main concern now is we saw something similar happen with Bibiani and Draco when they made their debut. They also both almost played a near-perfect game against each other. And after that, because of how well they did in that match, their second match kind of underperformed a little bit, and it took them a while.
They played again for the title, so
and that's true. That's true. But we've seen what happens when certain players have really strong debuts. Sometimes the second match doesn't live up to the same expectations. So I'm just preparing everyone for that in advance. Like, hey, Kevin Smets did really well. There's a chance he might not do as well. Doesn't mean he's going to lose. It just means keep your expectations reserved, but I see big things for him. I feel like he is capable of actually living up to the expectations he set for himself, that he's told Christian he's capable of setting of meeting for himself. And it's just a matter of like, we should wait and see, but we know he's willing to put in the work, and we know that work is so far putting off.
That's a great point.
Off.
And you want to know something real fast? I'm gonna make sure I bring that up to him on Friday, because that's something that's you brought up a great point with Bibiani, because sure, the match against JTE was just kind of I'll argue a little bit of a fluke simultaneously, but because then obviously, of course, he came back against Dewberry and crushed it out of the park. But then, then he had that match against Harloff. It's like there's a lot of great competitors who have great debuts, and then they just slump afterwards. Mance be another one. His match against Merle still pains me to watch sometimes. But then again, that's because it's Dan Merle. He's like with the one exception to the rule.
And that was the Merle on the way to championship that he defended several times.
So, that's gonna be something that we'll definitely get into it with him. And as long as Mr. Kaiser just stays at home and keeps sitting on his couch, I think I'm looking. Like I said, I'm looking forward to that conversation. It's gonna be a hell of a time.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that too, of course. I knew that Kevin Smets would be a good competitor based on what he did in Full Metal, because he was, I believe, undefeated there, and that's why he got the call up. Like, oh, he is actually performing really well there. It's just now, can he keep the momentum going? Because it shows that he has been training, studying to get to this point. However, this was only his first match. You need more matches to get to that belt that Kalinowski now holds. So just make sure that you keep your momentum up. Keep just rewatching the geek movies, as at least that's what I do, and that's why I'm good at it. So just keep it up. Make sure that you keep winning the matches, because I think he can go very far if he just keeps it up. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to Friday. So guys, please, Friday at, I believe, 11 p.m. Eastern. It's a little later than usual, but it's just to accommodate to Kevin's time zone and schedule. He'll be on the podcast, so look out for that. And I think with that, only we are left to plug some things. First of all, like the video, comment on anything you saw in it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And then, Nico, where can people find you online now that Thon is over?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli. You can find me right here on Dedicated to Art and all the places that you two will say in just a few moments. You can find me over on Combat Wrestling Network. I will actually be on stuff now that Thon is over, and I can just take a breath. And stay tuned for the upcoming middleweight division. We're going to crown a champion by WrestleMania season. So stay tuned for that. And Andrew Hayes and Matthew Rosa will go at it for the heavyweight title come WrestleMania weekend as well. You can find me over on Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group, and the YouTube channel. The Twitter's at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. The TeePublic is just Multiplex. Buy our awesome shirts. And finally, thank you one last time to everyone who donated to my Thon Drive, to Penn State New Kensington's Thon fundraising efforts. We were able to make the top 10 fundraisers out of all the Commonwealth campuses associated with Penn State. So that was big. And a lot of the money we raised, Penn State New Kensington raised, it came from my donations. I'm very humbled, very blessed, and I'm glad I could do my dad's memory proud. I could do all those families proud, and I can't wait till next year.
Awesome.
Very true. Awesome to hear that. And hopefully you won't. Your plugs will just be a little less.
I'm sorry. It called for it to be long today. It called for it to be long.
No, I get it.
I mean, you guys made $10 million when all was said and done. That's impressive.
Yes. So congratulations on that feat. And with that, Chris, where can people find you online?
Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Stardust, at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. And yeah, guys, tune in live on Friday for Who Cares Anime Podcast, hosted by yours truly. And then also Sunday, just in time for the Oscars. It's also time for the season finale of Star Wars Resistance.
Oh, yes. Very excited for that indeed. It's going to be a big day for me Sunday.
And I will not miss that. I will not miss that.
Damn right.
Damn right. And you can follow me at Kees Cornelissen on Facebook and Letterboxd, at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, and competing over at Multiplex in various matches. And right here on Dedicated to Art, we do Resistance recaps. The show or the season is ending, so check that out. Schmoedown reactions. Yeah, tomorrow, of course, Whitney's debut. Our reaction to that. Looking forward to that. And a live show tomorrow with Kevin Smets on. Check it out. And with all that said, take care.
Yeah.